Hi, I'm Dennis with Denny Cranium. Somehow you've managed to wander into a judgment-free audiophile zone. So we're glad you're here. I'm glad that you're here. Something exciting we've got coming up for everybody. Aiyima, which is this brand here, and one of the core goals or core best practices that we're going to use on this channel is product that punches above its weight class. In other words, with what you get and with what you pay for it is great value. So they just brought out this week, and everybody's excited about it, this A20 Mono Amp. Now you may be thinking, mono, aren't we in stereo since 1950 something? Well, the answer is yes, but we got two of them. So having two, being able to have a separate left and a separate right channel, or separate right, separate left, depends on what angle we're looking at here, gives you cleaner sound, a better stereo imaging, better bass response, better all around. So we're going to hook up these two guys, a left and a right, and we're going to hook up this new DAC streamer for it. And as we know, a DAC is a digital to analog converter. Everything that we have coming in through streaming now is digital, but it's compressed. So imagine taking a beer can and crushing it and sending it through the hose in your house outside, and then trying to uncrumple that can and make it look like before it went in. Well, you do a pretty good job, but you can't quite get it perfect. And that, in simple language, is what a DAC does. So what's unique about this Aiyima DAC, and it's called a D20, is now there's all kinds of DACs. There's two of them in this one. And one is, I call it more of a sterile DAC. It sounds exactly like what the sound engineer would want to hear before he or she or the band mixed it to get the sound they want. Or there's another type of DAC where you can have it have a little bit of a warmer sound, or for those of us that grew up on record players or different receivers and analog, we call that a warmer sound. So what's neat about that is you'll be able to A/B the stereo sound or the raw sound versus the warmer sound. So where does that help you? Type of music, the mood you're in, type of speakers you're playing, and then you'll have fun checking out how to play with the settings and how to have fun with your audiophile journey. Now, what's neat about both of these amps, okay, is that we can upgrade the actual amp inside of them. They're called op amps, and they're Sparco's 3602s. Like I said at the beginning of this, we're not going to get too specky crazy here because it's about sound. But the beauty of the Oppo amps is you can upgrade these very easily. A couple of screws, a couple of pins, pull them out and replace them. And it's like having brand new amplifiers. And it's a very significant upgrade in sound without a big upgrade in cost. So it fits right down the sweet spot in the lane that where we want to live here on YouTube. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect this Aiyima D20 DAC to these two Aiyima amps, and we're going to run them stock. Then I'm going to put in the op amps, and we're going to run them there using the same DAC and the same speakers. Now last year, or the year before, another company called Fosi Audio, FOSI, introduced what were called ZA3 amps, which had, you could run them in mono or in stereo. And those of us in this hobby, well, quite frankly, we lost our minds and bought these and did the op amp upgrade and hooked up our DACs to it. So I'm gonna do a look back at those and say, well, here's what inspired this, and we're gonna compare it stock with the same D20 DAC, same speakers. Then I'm gonna do the op amp upgrade and do another comparison. So like Derek likes to say in the bleep bloop in the comments there, tell me what type of music you want me to test. Tell me specific songs and what you're looking for, and I'll give it my best go. And then we'll post we'll do our reports on it. So, or our deep dive. So this is just kind of a coming attractions video. What I'm gonna do is unbox the amp, and I'll show you what comes in the box. Then I'll unbox the D20 DAC, and we'll have a look at what's in the box. And then we'll do our first initial impressions. We'll hook up the DAC to the both amps, and I'll play a few songs I know well, and we'll take about 5 or 10 minutes and talk about that. And if I think it's worth buying right away, for those of you that want to get into this quickly, you can jump in and grab it. If you want more of a deep dive, then I'll spend a deep dive, and we'll spend 20 or 30 minutes with each setup, and we can do more of what the likes and loves are and opportunities for improvement, and then we can have some fun in the comments there and talk about what we have, what we want to do, what you don't want to do, and go from there. So this is a judgment-free zone. We don't gatekeep here. It doesn't matter where you are in your journey. If you're looking at a $100 amp to upgrade, that's higher end equipment. Because remember, audiophiles use music to evaluate their equipment. Whereas, now we listen to music, we enjoy it. But somebody who isn't an audiophile, basically just, the equipment is secondary to play the music. For us audiophiles, the music is secondary to listen to the equipment. So wherever you are, I hope you get to play some good music. And remember, the most important thing we have in our life is our families. So call your mother, hug your wife, hug your kids, and have a great day. Cheers.